Hey, lovelies. So today we are talking about the 6 major mindset shifts you can take to up-level your relationship with more success and abundance and to call more in with ease and with fun. Because that's what we're all about here, isn't it? All right, let's jump right in. So the 6 big major mindset shifts that you can make in order to up-level your relationship with ease and fun. Why am I talking about ease and fun? Because ease and fun are so essential when it comes to building more wealth and abundance and when it comes to building a business that we love. The reason that ease and fun are so essential is because we get what we create something from. So what I mean by that is when you are creating a business or more income and you create it from a place of ease and fun and pleasure and joy, what happens is when you get there, when you get to more success, when you get to more abundance, when you get to more fulfillment, more impact, more freedom, you feel that ease and fun as well and that pleasure. However, when you come from the perspective of this is hard, this is a hustle, I got to work really hard for my money, I got to really push to make it happen. What happens is that's the way your business feels when you get there, when you get more income, when you have more impact, when you have more money. It all ends up feeling really heavy and hard and difficult. And you constantly feel this need to recreate this push and hustle energy in order to achieve more. And so when we can create it from this place of how we want to feel when we get there from the get-go, that's when things shift and change. That's when we get what we want. Yes, when we get there, but we also get it now. We get the ease and the fun and the freedom and the joy today instead of having to wait until money comes or success comes or these external markers that tell us we're good enough or that we've done enough have finally arrived. Instead, we get them now, which is another part of why this is so important. So let's jump right into these 6 mindset shifts that will help you up level to more ease and fun in your business and in your creation of more wealth and abundance. The first thing that's most important is you have to give yourself permission. You have to give yourself permission for more ease and more fun. It's remarkable to me how many folks just do not give themselves permission for life to be easy, for life to feel really good, for life to feel really fun and pleasurable. Somehow they feel as though they're doing something wrong if they're having a lot of fun, or if things come too easy, or if there's too much pleasure. They feel a little bit of guilty, a little bit of guilt, a little bit of shame, perhaps. This is especially true of folks who are really hardworking and high achieving. They tend to fall into what I call the hard work paradigm. The hard work paradigm is this whole idea I have to work hard in order to achieve what I desire most in life. This can come from a lot of limiting beliefs picked up from parents. You saw your parents work hard for the money. You saw your parents working hard. You saw, you were told you got to work hard to make money. You got to work hard for your achievements, all of these things. And so what happens is we end up internalizing this message that if I haven't worked hard for it, somehow it's less valuable. If I haven't worked hard for it, somehow I'm less valuable. So often, hard workers and high achievers end up tying the quality of their goal with how hard they've worked for it. How interesting is that? They tie the quality of their goal with how hard they've worked for it. What I mean by that is if money comes easily, it's like, oh, it's no big deal. If money comes hard, it's look how hard I worked to achieve this thing. It's worn as a badge of honor, that hard work. And hard workers and high achievers tend to also tie their deservingness and their worthiness to things being hard, to working really hard to achieve things, for it to be a grind, for it to be a challenge. Think about how often people connect over how hard they're working, over how difficult things are, over how much of a challenge something might be. You know, you go out with your girlfriends and you're having a glass of wine and you're like, oh, I worked so hard this week. I deserve my glass of wine. Girl, you deserve your glass of wine whether or not you worked hard, whether or not it was a grind of a week. You are deserving just by being yourself and owning that you are deserving of ease and joy and pleasure and fun, and that you have permission to experience all of these things, ends up helping you achieve that result, i.e. more ease, more fun, money coming easier, money coming in fun ways, money being this pleasurable, fun game that you get to play, success being this thing that you get to play like a video game, and your business being something that you get to tweak and play with. And so ask yourself the question, what would be the most fun right now? What would be the most playful? What would bring me most joy? The second mindset shift that you can make in order to bring in more ease and more fun into your business and into your creation of more wealth and abundance is finally feeling safe. Finally feeling safe in creating your next level. Whether that is being seen by more people, whether that is holding on to more wealth and abundance and not fearing that it's going to abandon you or you're going to lose it as soon as you achieve it and as soon as you make it, or feeling as though it's just safe to have more success and that you're not going to get burnt out or overwhelmed or super stressed out by achieving more and by having more. So I talk a lot about the nervous system, right? The nervous system being one of the key factors that we need to deal with first and foremost when it comes to up-leveling our wealth and our success. You see, the nervous system basically communicates 80% of the communication to our brain, whereas only 20% goes from our brain to our body. So if we're holding this stress response in our body because something doesn't feel safe on any level, it will give feedback to our subconscious mind that this thing is not safe. And then our subconscious mind, which operates outside of our awareness, will hold us back from achieving that. Whether that's more money, more success, more impact, more freedom, more fun, more ease, more joy. If we feel stressed about achieving that thing, stressed about how to do it, stressed about the little bumps in the road, whatever it might be, we will end up holding ourselves back from the very thing that we want most. Even if on a conscious level, we're telling ourselves, yay, this is exactly what I want. If it doesn't feel safe in our body and our body is experiencing that stress, we will hold ourselves back. We will continue to hide. We will continue to feel as though this thing is always just out of reach, even though it's what we want the most. So if you feel as though having more clients is more demands on you and it's going to overwhelm you or it's going to burn you out, guess what? You're not going to get more clients. If you feel as though more money is going to come with more problems, and it's going to come with more of a headache, and how am I going to deal with the taxes or whatever you might be thinking, holding that tension in your body, guess what? You're going to hold yourself back. So you have to have an embodied sense of safety when it comes to achieving your next level, including your next level of ease and fun and joy and pleasure. Because so often, the thought of it being easy, particularly for hardworking, high-achieving folks, comes with this thought of, can it be actually easy? Can it actually be that fun? Am I allowed? Again, we go back to point one, having permission to have the very things that we want most. So if you take time to regulate your nervous system every day, particularly in relationship to wealth, abundance, and success, what's going to happen is you're going to feel more in that playful energy. You're going to feel more in that energy of expansiveness and expansion and trust relaxation and pleasure and goodness. This is one of the reasons why many people feel challenged when they jump from A to Z, because it can dysregulate their nervous system, cause them stress because they can't envision how they can have this sense of relaxation, ease, pleasure, and joy at point Z. And so this is why, and it doesn't feel safe. And so this is why sometimes taking the smaller steps, one step at a time, and re-regulating our nervous system and feeling rewired to that next new level can feel a lot better to our nervous system, to our stress response, and can enable us to actually scale faster than trying to jump from A to Z straight out the bat. However, it can be incredibly helpful to just remind yourself that you're safe, to just say to yourself, it is safe for me to be X, Y, and Z, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So the third mindset shift that you can make to bring in more ease and more fun is to take wild and messy action. Be the mad scientist in your business. Let go of perfectionism and play with ideas. Think about that kid in the sandbox. That kid who's playing and building a sandcastle, right? They're not going and thinking about it and going, let me write up a schematic and let me have a full, year plan about all my sandcastle building before I get started. No, they're just going out there and getting their hands dirty and knocking it down if they don't like it and rebuilding it and feeling engaged with the creative process. Yet so many of us as adults, we lose connection with that creative process. We lose connection with that feeling that we can truly create anything as long as we're willing to play, as long as we're willing to experiment, as long as we're willing to let go of the either or thinking that says, this is either right or this is either wrong. Guess what, peeps? Almost nothing in this world is totally right or totally wrong. I mean, yes, some things are like murder and, some big, horrible things in this world. And I don't know, I guess ice cream is always right. No, I'm kidding. But really, when things don't go according to plan, we need to free ourselves to continue to take wild, messy action, to continue to step into this experimentation. Another aspect of this is to really light a fire under our butts for the go, go, go energy that really makes things happen in our business. You see, the subconscious mind will actually see anything that you run away from as a threat. Again, back to point 2, it will see it as a threat to your safety. And so it's going to end up subconsciously holding you back and sabotaging you. But anything that you run toward, it's going to see as like super safe and super awesome. And it's going to want more of that because it's going to be like, well, she wouldn't be running towards it if it weren't safe. And so when you are engaging with these ideas in this wild, messy action in your business, and you run towards those ideas with a vigor, with a passion, with momentum, what happens is your subconscious mind goes, hell yes, let's do more of this. And it helps to engage the flow of more wealth and abundance and more success. And it feels a lot more fun in the process. So don't hesitate. Don't overthink. We all make mistakes. We all have things that don't work out, ideas that we throw out there and are like crickets. That's okay. It doesn't have to mean anything about you. Just go out there and take another aligned step. Do it messy. Iterate, tweak, and pivot. So the fourth mindset shift that you can make in order to create more ease and fun is to get out of that problem paradigm. That problem paradigm that says everything's a problem. Where's the next problem? That often comes from, guess what? Anxiety, worry, stress, and fear. And we want to step into instead the possibility paradigm. The possibility paradigm that says there are always so many possibilities for me. There are always so many opportunities for me. There's always a solution to every single thing that I am going through. The way I like to frame this with my clients is really reframing problems as puzzles. Because how fun is that? Everybody likes to solve a puzzle, right? Everybody likes to noodle on a little like word puzzle or a jigsaw puzzle or things like that. And suddenly the problem becomes a heck of a lot lighter. And suddenly our stress response begins to go down. And suddenly our subconscious mind doesn't feel as though this thing, the challenge, the puzzle in our business or in our finances is a threat, and it wants to approach it. So the more that you focus on solutions and possibilities, the more your subconscious mind is going to find them, because your subconscious mind is like a bloodhound. Whatever you set it on, whatever you want it to find, it's going to find. And so if you ask it to find more problems because you're constantly focused on problems, you're going to find more problems. If you have it focused on solutions and puzzles and finding opportunities, it's constantly going to find those. So instead of asking yourself, what's wrong? Let that problem X, Y, and Z. Ask yourself instead, what do I have to do or who do I have to be in order for me to find the solution, in order for me to solve this puzzle? The fifth mindset shift that you can make in order to bring in more ease and more fun is to see opportunity instead of roadblocks. This is definitely connected to point number 4 about the problem paradigm versus the possibility paradigm. But one of the biggest things that you can see and do for yourself is to remind yourself that everything is happening for basically for your benefit. And, I want to be clear here because it's something that a lot of people who talk about manifestation and the law of attraction say, and it jams my butt, is everything happens for a reason. I'm sorry, but kids don't get cancer for a reason. I'm sorry, but not everything happens for a reason. However, when we are empowered, we can look at even the biggest challenges in our lives as opportunities. And those opportunities are oftentimes opportunities for growth, opportunities for learning, opportunities to basically prepare us for our next level. For example, what I mean is, let's say you get a hater on social media and somebody's being just a nasty SOB and, calling you names or telling you you're ugly or whatever it is. And this has been like the thing you've feared the most and you don't want to be seen because what if the haters come out? Well, if you can't handle one hater, how are you going to handle 100 once you're reaching 1 million people, right? You have to work your muscles to get used to the challenge of encountering one hater on social media so that you are strong enough to be able to let it roll off your back and not mean a hill of beans once you get 100 and you're just like, whatever, I don't even care. That's a muscle that you work. And so even something that might seem like a disappointment or discouraging experience, like getting a hater on social media, can actually prepare you for your next level, to scale your impact, to reach more people, and to create a legacy. It prepares you for that. Same with things like not being knocked back by disappointment with a launch that doesn't go according to plan. Well, if you can't handle it when we're at the small financial level, how are you going to handle it when things don't go according to plan at a larger financial level? Like, do you think Mark Zuckerberg, when he has a quarter that is disappointing with Facebook, is knocked back and can't find his way for a month? No, of course not. He lets it roll off of him like he's like a Teflon pan. Slides one end, slides out the other. And we need to be able to work it and develop these skills and abilities, because that's when it becomes easy. When we don't feel knocked back by our highly sensitive nature, and instead we feel empowered by it and we know how to utilize it to our advantage. One of the analogies that I love using with my clients is entrepreneurship is like a freight train. It can feel really, really challenging to get things going, like a freight train. It's like it takes a lot of energy to get this train moving. But once you get it moving and you keep it moving, it's really easy. It takes very little fuel and it'll just glide down the track. Same with you as an entrepreneur. But when you constantly feel as though you're being blocked or, oh, this isn't working for me, or you're back by disappointment or by discouragement or by fear or by worry or by stress, what happens is that freight train slows down, and it almost slows down to a halt. And when that happens, then you end up having to restart the engines again, restart the momentum again, put in all this energy and time. And then it starts to feel like a grind. And then it starts to feel hard. And then it starts to feel heavy. And this is when a lot of people quit, is they say, my business is just too hard. The reason the business is hard isn't because of the strategy, isn't actually because of the money, isn't actually because of the clients or lack thereof or launches that aren't going to plan or any of that crap. The reason it's hard is because you and your relationship with your mindset says that when things aren't going according to plan, that this is a stop sign. This is a sign I'm not meant for this. This is telling me I'm not deserving. This is telling me I'm not worthy. This is a roadblock. Instead of realizing that this is an opportunity. Every single thing is an opportunity. Every single thing shows me a path that I wasn't aware of before. Everything is happening for me. Everything is unfolding for my benefit. And when you can come from that place, and yes, step number one is a calm and really resilient and really, good and gooey nervous system. It sounds weird, but your nervous system needs to go up and down. It's not just supposed to be calm all the time. But when you start with that calm nervous system and you utilize your highly sensitive nature to your advantage, and you feel as though these limiting beliefs don't come and kick you in the ass because they're getting kicked up by all of this stress and all of this insecurity from the past and the traumas and the experiences and the asshole in your head that's telling you like, maybe you're for this, when you can release and understand that you are always in power, always in a place of power, when you can say everything is happening for me and shift your attitude and shift your perspective, that is when things truly change. So the last mindset shift that you can make in order to generate more ease and fun in your business and in your creation of more wealth and money and all the awesome things that you desire in your life, like freedom and joy and pleasure and all that good stuff, is to get into alignment and follow your own intuitive path. You see, alignment truly feels like joy and pleasure and fun and playfulness, right? If you can actually sit in a place of joy in your business with what you're creating, the content you're creating is going to be in alignment with your soul clients, with the sales that you want to make, with the finances that you want to bring in, with the success that you want to up-level into. And what's going to happen is as you sit in with that alignment, your intuitive inner knowing and wisdom is going to ooze forth and help you to create that genius idea, that genius content that is going to make such a difference to yourself and to your clients. So what this means for you is choosing your hell yes, choosing that joyful place, not following the crowd, following your own rhythms, not dimming yourself to be liked, not choosing something because it's the easy way or what was okay before, but choosing something that is the hell the F yes, and not going back to sleep, to your greatness, to your deepest desires, and instead staying awake to what you want most, to your highest timeline, to your highest self, and living it every day, and then trusting yourself and that intuitive inner wisdom to know the path that's right for you. Now, I would love to hear from you guys about which of these 6 mindset shifts would make the biggest difference for you in your business and your creation of more wealth and abundance. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye.